Howard here at Kiteboarding.com. We're going to show you how to do a rally. We're going to use the Hulk here as like some of our other videos and our kite on a stick, and this really helps out a lot of people we've heard just to kind of get that positioning and what you should do. Now, what we're going to talk about is that rally. How to get that railing and how to position your body or position the kite to do so. Now, the most important thing about doing a rally to me when I get a person out there, first off, start by riding with your hands closer to the center of the bar. I've seen so many people moving their hands out on the bar. Get your hands, scoot them in right up against that D-power line, right in the center, and do not move those hands from that location. What this does is it makes you stop controlling the kite as much and putting it into the wrong position. So in most cases when you're riding and doing a lot of tricks, there is no reason to move your hands from the center of the bar unless you want to do something like a kite loop and move your hand out to the end. Other than that, position the hands in the middle. Let's start with that. So now when you're out there riding, positioning of the kite when you're doing a rally and learning to do this is you don't want the kite low and you don't want it dead straight overhead. You want it that good average angle above. The reason is a good 45, maybe a little higher angle. The reason is that load now is pulling you, it's lifting you up as well. Anything below that 45, just you can think about your weight's going to be positioned more down to the water. More weight's going to be on the board. So get it up at a 45, get your hands together, and start riding along. Now when you get a good amount of speed, the thing about the rally is learning to turn away from the kite. Don't move the kite, don't change the kite's angle, keep the hands in the middle, leave the kite position in the same position. The whole key of doing the rally is everything into the board. Now, again, some boards will do this a lot easier than others. That's another factor. I've seen guys out there on boards that are too big, boards that don't have enough little tip rocker or have a good advanced turn to them, and it makes it a lot harder to do that rally. So again, equipment can also vary how easy it is to do a rally or how good you do a rally. So I'm going to give you the positioning on that. So what you want to do when you get into the rally is you want to have your kite positioned at that good 45-degree angle, hold a good amount of speed, and you want to learn how to lean back and turn away from the kite. Now what happens in this is when you turn away from the kite, it loads it. It pulls it down as you turn away. I'm not moving this kite. I'm not turning it by any means. So what happens is that load comes down and the kite starts to build up the energy and it pulls back away from you. So in combination with that turning away and that pop, the kite is going to load up and it's going to be like a spring. It's going to pop you up in the air. Keep it in position. So you can see his body here. What happens is you turn away and be ready. This is a lot of power and a lot of the muscles right here in your gut. You can do this unhooked or you can do it hooked in. Many guys do it both ways. It's all up to you. A lot of them say, you're not doing a railing if you're not unhooked. Well, go for the unhooked position if you would like. That's fine. That also gives you a lot of arm motion, so when you do rally out, you can lay out with it and get the whole layout effect of doing the rally. But you can still do it hooked in or non-hooked in. It's a lot of fun. It's a neat position. Now, the main thing to remember is when you do turn away from that kite, don't be afraid to just pull back and position. Keep your head turned back in the way that you want to land. And what happens is you're going to get stretched out, and then you're going to pull that board back in underneath you and land. And again, that kite has not changed position. Leave it at that 45-degree angle, hands close together, ride along, turn away, the kite's going to load up, it's going to pop you, and then pull that board back around and land in position going with the kite. Or if you don't want to and you want to try to keep a little bit more speed, you can just land with your nose kind of off of the kite a little bit more in the upwind position. But it's a lot of fun. You'll ride along and just try to stretch it out. Just push that board back. That kite will lift and pop you up, pull it back underneath you, and land. That's the good start to a position, getting you the basics of a rally. Now you can take that and go into all different landings if you like, which is a lot of fun. You can come in, pop that up, and come around and then try to land blind. And this is a little, blind would be the other way. Landing, it's a little more difficult. You're landing blind. So it comes in, you pull up, and then what you're going to do is you're going to come around and you're going to position your weight a little on the back on the nose and ride across. It's a little bit more difficult, but it's a lot of fun to try. Don't give up. The main key things that I can tell you is Keep your hands together, kite at a 45, don't move the kite. Turn the board away. You can start them out very small, using a little wave. If there's a wave there, it's like a double kick, and it's a lot of fun to come in, hit that wave, rally, and then basically kind of pull you back onto the wave. Anyway, that's Jeff Howard here at Kiteboarding.com and the Hulk to teach you some moves so you'll have a lot more fun on the water.